So guys, Toro, I fixed it from about 6:30 to 10:30 last night. Worked on this just to find out there's nothing wrong. Yay, right? No. Here's what I think is wrong. So I pulled this entire front end apart. Every single part of this front end was in pieces. I learned two things. That Toros suck at design, and that I think this casing is just worn out. It took me a very long time to get this together. A part wasn't so bad, but found out the gears are fine. It does work now, but it grinds. And I figured out that these are very, very poorly made. So let me go over how you assemble this mower. So if you have it all the way apart, you have to have the top of the casing, you can screw on all that. You have to leave it at the top of the casing like that, because there's a big nut on the bottom of the shaft here with a gear. So you have to hold the nut with a socket or a socket, and then you have to tighten this, with the socket. And then you got to put on that bracket first. Don't forget that. Otherwise, you have to, take that off again, or you can spend 2 years with a wrench. And then, so everything else is gone here. Then you can put on the bottom with the axle and everything, and then you have to screw that in because, this hole isn't big enough for this bracket, because that's some good quality designing right there. And you can't get this off unless you pull apart the bottom of the trans. So that's nice. So then there's a snap ring, and guess what? There's not enough space for you to get that in there unless you want to keep messing around like I did for probably 2 hours trying to get 2 snap rings in. So then there's the wheel adjuster plate. This is kind of shiny piece right here. I had to grind that so I had enough room for my snap ring. Guess what? First try with that, after I probably messed around with that for 2 hours. So yeah, that's garbage. And they used 2 clips because one isn't enough. You have to have 2, even though it could have just been a washer. So that's nice. Yeah, these are just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's fun. Then the back shielding area under here is tied to the same bolt as the wheel adjuster, so that also has to fall out. So then you have to line up that too. It's very poorly designed. So yeah, these take a while to pull apart and take apart. So okay, so here's why I think it's worn out. So if I hold it like that, it's harder to see. There you go. You can see there's slop in it. I think it's just worn out. It does work, it will drive, but it grinds. If it's not, well, it just grinds. But it won't grind, if there's no pressure on it. The wheels will spin. There's no pressure on it. But it will, if it actually has to do what it's supposed to do. So that's fun. So another Toro quality product, So yeah, this is why people don't like Toro, and this is why people shouldn't like Toro, because they're garbage. Very poorly designed. Also, can someone tell me why this has so much slop? It's a brand new wheel. And also these wheels crack all the time. And can someone tell me why if I hit a fence post that, the plastic wheel wouldn't break, but the transmission would? Just some ideas. And then can someone else tell me why this engine is trash and has so many issues and is so poorly? These are just worst mowers ever. Toros are the worst. So yeah. And then can also someone tell me why a genuine Toro cable won't work for this, right? And I had to ghetto rig it. So yeah, these things not a fan. So the only reason I like this mower is because it can cut grass. It can cut. I have a snapper. It won't mulch an inch. I did that yesterday. This thing can cut off maybe 4 inches, right? And it won't even notice it. Not side shooting, nothing. It does a good job at mulching. This is a good mulching mower. Bags pretty well too. I've only side shooted with it once. I don't actually have a side shoot. I just had to tie it up yesterday because Acroras, unfortunately, the Toro isn't meant to be taking off 1.5 inches mulching, so it's leaving clumps. I wonder why. But, yeah. So, they're good. They cut good. Just overall design and quality is second to none in trash. It's just garbage. At least my sweet plastic cover here isn't cracked. That's honestly surprising me. It's like a second-gen Dodge Dash, right? So I'm going to be looking for another one of these, preferably with a bad trans, and I'm not going through that hellhole of a process. Or maybe I will, but I'm not going through that process again. So this is probably going to become a parts mower, minus the engine. The engine, probably the only reliable Tecumseh on the face of the earth left. But besides that, yeah, this thing needs a new trans. Or I used to paint my mowers. I might paint a little bit, but I don't feel like painting a deck because that sucks. So we are just going to rip this engine off, put it on a different mower because I don't feel like messing with the Tecumseh as they are poorly designed and they take too much time. And I don't feel like messing with our transmission. So yeah, thanks for watching, and rest in peace, Toro. And also, what is this, like a 22-inch Toro, I think? I don't know. But this is annoying, and this isn't a good time because this is when the grass grows the most. And I don't have any other good mowers right now, so that's fun. And another thing about reliability here, I also just had to put a sump gasket on this engine, so it's like, come on. I do all this work. I painted it again. I did some touch-up paint, painted the back. So that's annoying. I don't feel like messing with these stupid snap rings. There's like, so your wheel, oh, and then this plastic cover has to go in before the gear. Otherwise, you have to pull out the gear again, because that's good quality designing, right? So, wheel. Then there's a clip, a washer, probably more washers I'm forgetting about. A clip, a washer, your gear, then a clip and a washer. I might have forgot a washer too, but who the hell cares? It's a lawnmower, not the space shuttle, right? But, these things. Then this and that metal plate back there go behind a snap ring. And that snap ring, I'm kidding you not, I got it on, but I could not get that back on. I'm not spending 2 hours trying to get a snap ring on. So I just took it over to my flap disc on my angle grinder. I removed a little bit of metal, and guess what? It went right on first time. So don't mess with that. Then, there's 2 bolts and a nut because, yeah, we like nuts here. But why do they have to use nuts? Nuts are annoying. Then there's a bearing. All the bearings are shot that hold this entire trans in. But guess what? It's going like, 2 miles an hour? So I don't care. Then your trans will fall out. So it's just, these are just, they're not overbuilt because they fall apart, but, they just are horribly designed. And this one doesn't have any cracks in the decks, which is a rare sight, right? Surprised it hasn't yet. And back wheel's cracked because, it's a Toro if it didn't have a wheel cracked, right? Right? But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Peace.